What's going down on your side of town? This is your host with the most on the Holy Roast, where the fruits of the Spirit are a little bit caffeinated. So, first of all, happy Easter, everybody. Happy Resurrection Day. And we're going to be talking a little bit about the cool stuff that happened in the night sky on the first Easter. So let's start off by figuring out the date of the first Easter, the first Resurrection Day. In the Bible, it says Jesus was killed on a Passover, okay? Passover was, according to Leviticus, the 14th day at twilight of the first Jewish lunar year of Nisan, which they didn't use our calendar system. And also it falls under this thing called Preparation Day, and Preparation Day was a Friday because the Jews had the Sabbath on Saturday. They didn't do any work, which included cooking, so they would prepare their meals on Friday. It was like meal prep. So Preparation Day or Friday. So we got to figure out when there was a Passover that fell on a Friday. And Jesus was killed during a time where Pilate was ruling, and Pilate ruled between 26 AD and 36 AD, so we got to figure out those years and look in between there. And we come down to the only date where the Passover was on a Friday, and that was April 3rd of 33 AD. That was the day that Jesus was on the cross. So 3 days later, April 6th, 33 AD, that was the first Easter, if you will, or Resurrection Day. Jesus was on the cross at 9 a.m. or the third hour, they say. Then he was up there for 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours on the cross. That's what Jesus went through. And it was crazy. I mean, there was earthquakes that happened, and we actually have geological evidence of those earthquakes in the sedimentary layers in Israel. And the sky, it got dark at noon. The tombs were shaking and busting open, and there was a veil in the temple that separated the priest from the public, and it was so strong that 16 bulls couldn't tear it open. The force of them couldn't even break this curtain, but that veil just tore down the middle. And that symbolized that we don't need a priest to talk to God anymore. We just talk to him. And when the moon rose that night, it was a blood moon. And that's actually a thing that we see now. They're called, it's an eclipse. So in the book of Mark, it says Jesus went on the cross at 9 a.m. The sky began to darken at the 6th hour, which is noon. And then at the 9th hour, or 3 p.m., Jesus said his last words, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And that was his last breath at 3 p.m. Now, if we look at astronomical software that literally rewinds the stars and finds out exactly what they look like throughout history very accurately, we'll see that at 3 p.m. beneath the horizon, that's when the moon went into an eclipse, exactly at the last breath of Jesus, which is insane. My favorite verse in the Bible is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that anybody who believes in him shall not perish, but has everlasting life. Now, God has many children, but he only begot one. That one was Jesus. And Jesus paid the price for all of our sins with his blood. The moon went into an eclipse when he died. The blood was shed. The price for sin was paid. We just literally have to accept it. And guys, that's the beauty of really the gospel, where Jesus' full life, symbolized by the full moon, was covered by the blood he shed. That all of our sins were now forgiven. We just gotta ask. So guys, happy Resurrection Day. And that's today's episode of The Holy Roast.